Hello and welcome back to Baked with Love by Ivy. Today I'll be sharing my chocolate layer cake recipe. Okay, so first I need to whisk together all of my dry ingredients. So first I add my flour and then I add my granulated sugar and my cocoa powder. Okay, so now I just take my whisk and I whisk all of these ingredients together. Okay, so now it's time to whisk together our wet ingredients. The first ingredient is milk. Now, in cakes, using buttermilk is really great. It makes it super moist, but I just don't buy buttermilk because it comes in really big containers, and if I'm really only using a little bit, it's just not worth it. So instead, I just take my milk and I add about a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and I whisk it together. And basically what this does is just kind of reacts with the milk, with the acid, with the dairy, and then it basically curdles a little bit, and that just creates an equivalent to buttermilk. Okay, so now I add my Greek yogurt, and this is another thing that makes the cake so moist, and yeah. And now I add my oil. Here I'm using grapeseed oil, and that is the oil that I use in most of my baking, just because it's flavorless and super versatile. But you can use canola oil or vegetable oil, or really any oil of your choice that's flavorless. That will work. Okay, so now it's time to add my vanilla, and I'm just using vanilla extract here, and I just add that into my mixture. Now I just add my eggs. So I do 1.5 eggs here. So I just crack one into the bowl, and then for another one I just whisk it up or with a fork in a little bowl, and I just eyeball about half of it in to my mixture. Okay, so now it's time for the final secret ingredient of the recipe, which is coffee, hot coffee. So I just brewed some pour over coffee. This one is a little bit weak, but I just add that into my mix and I just whisk it up. Try to whisk it up pretty fast just because hot coffee, raw eggs, they don't combine well. That kind of equals scrambled eggs, which you don't want. So yeah. And then next I just take my dry ingredients, my wet ingredients. So I pour my wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Make sure I get every last bit out. And then I take my spatula and I just fold it all around. And guys, I just want to tell you, don't be freaked out because the mixture is kind of liquidy, but that's because it's so moist. So after you bake it, it will turn into a nice, moist, fluffy cake. And this is a really good chocolate layer cake recipe, and I really hope you give it a try. And also guys, I just want to say this recipe was adapted from Preppy Kitchen. I'll link his channel down below. He is so great. All of his recipes are so great. You should really go check him out. Okay, and now I just basically scoop my batter into pans and it's ready for the oven. Okay guys, so that pretty much wraps up my chocolate cake layers tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it and I hope you give this recipe a try. Please don't forget to subscribe to the Baked with Love by Ivy YouTube channel so you don't miss any baking adventures, and follow us on Instagram at Baked with Love by Ivy. Full recipe is in the description below, so don't forget to check it out and give it a try. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!